Welcome to Stained. Stained is a CCRP game that's meant for nerds and losers who like role-playing as Tokyo ghouls or CC people or shit like that. And today we're going to talk about my day 1 and day 2 experience in my time in Stained. So my bitch ass spawns in, and I'm looking around wondering what to do. And this guy in a red cloak and hat covering his face and shit, looking like a child predator, walks up and calls me homeless. This kid just called me homeless! But turns out he isn't a child predator. Instead, he's a dickhead who owns the Bean Brew. And he was trying to hire me as an employee in the Bean Brew. I think he's a barista or some shit, but I didn't do shit. Then this fucking asshole walks up with his head shaking his shit, with his fucking grunt, with palm tree ass hair, call me fucking a hobo and homeless and tell me that I stink like a fucking asshole. A lot of bullshit and tomfoolery happens, but basically I rage baited that white haired tweaker, and this sort of happened.
This guy's gonna be like, yo, chairman.
Oh shit! Yo! He just punched me! Yeah, that's right. A member of the CCG, the people who are supposed to be protecting us, normal civilians, just punched me and broke my nose. Oh my god, he just punched me, he broke my nose! But then, randomly, 1,000 yen or whatever just randomly popped in my account, and my memory became really hazy, and I kind of just forgot everything that happened. Remember that guy we rage baited earlier? Well, he told us to run, and now we're running for our fucking lives while he's chasing us with a knife. Now, I'm not kidding when I tell you this. We deadass ran for around 10 minutes straight from this kid. For some reason, I think he had x-ray or something. He was able to find us everywhere we hid. It did not matter where we hid. And so I ended up just hiding in plain sight in the Bean Brew, and it actually saved us. And, you know, this kid couldn't really do anything because I was next to this apparently really strong ghoul. And yeah, I was just chill for the time being. But then I get abused by that guy again after rage baiting the fucking shit out of him.
Sometimes they would just abuse him for no reason.
Good job, boy. Yeah.
But as he's punching me, he accidentally punches my boss and he pops his Kagane.
Oh my god!
But his ass gets saved by lore team, and you know, everyone just forgets it. Skipping a long time in the future just for y'all's sake, I'm chilling out in this alleyway with my boss and another bacon hair, and this girl walks up, punches the bacon hair on the ground, and just starts mauling her in the middle of the goddamn road. She doesn't realize I'm not a ghoul. She knows my boss is a ghoul and automatically thinks I'm a ghoul. I get terrified and run for the damn hills. My fat ass runs all the way to CCG headquarters and snitches. They ask me a bunch of dumbass questions, and I'm able to take shelter in the HQ or whatever the fuck we are in. Blah blah blah, random shit, and then my boss brings me to Anteku, the main coffee place in the anime. This place is pretty chill, you know, they got coffee, they had a couple of people working at the desk that were very easy to rage bait. They had some CCG, like, pigs walk in and play chess and shit. And after that, not much happened, you know, I swallowed 5 jars of cookies, and then they kicked me out, and the owner of the shop chased me down and almost murdered me, but I got saved by my boss, and yeah, it's the end of PD 1. Now on to day 2 of Stained. The PD starts off with getting an announcement that there is a market dealer, like black dealer guy, in the 11th ward. And so we pull up there, and I'm wandering around, and I see this really freaky bitch. So turns out, this freaky bitch was the black market dealer. He was selling a katana, a dagger, and one very special item. The katana going for 10k, the dagger going for 5k, and the special item going for 200,000. And so, you know, my ass, after getting all that bribe money from that guy breaking my nose, bought a katana and is now absolutely fucking stacked on the sticks. No one's fucking with me anymore. And my boss buys this dagger that's like this little tiny bloody knife thing, and he fucking swings it around and shit, and it's for 200k. It's very anticlimactic. And so after this, not a lot happens. until we meet these CCG people who I thought were pretty annoying, and so I decided to tail them for around 15 minutes straight, scaring the fuck out of them. And then, after tailing them for around 15 minutes, the sky turns red. We shit our pants. And as we're heading to go get a new pair of pants, an announcement goes out saying, something watches above at the crossroads. And so, me being curious, pulls up and sees this guy standing on top of this building, and I walk forward like a G in front of everybody else who is hiding behind me because, I'm like Orifal and I'm sort of the king. And this guy jumps down, scaring the shit out of everybody. The CCG, being cowards, just sort of like create a circle around him, sort of, and like don't really do anything, and just like stare at him doing nothing, like just shivering in their timbers, bro. In dead ass, after the CCG stare at this guy for around 5 minutes, he finally like lunges at somebody and attacks, like starting his fight, and he pulls out this like cool ass Kagane and just starts mauling people, bro, and he's fucking people up. And then he finally knocks and picks up one of the CCG members, and then he just sort of like runs off with them, and none of the CCG really chase him, and they just let him go. I'm like, damn, bro, sacrificial fucking lamb. After this, the sky turns white again after the sacrificial lamb just gets mauled in the corner. And nothing really else happens this PD except one very big event that, your boy had to lead. We led a riot due to the CCG failing to protect us, and we had like a solid 20 people chasing this one CCG member who was running for his fucking life. Bro, it was so funny. But as we round around this corner, the entire fucking cavalry of the CCG pull up with their weapons drawn on a bunch of fucking civilians rioting, ready to, like, just to slice us down, bro. Police brutality, what the fuck, man? And they all just tell us to shut the fuck up and leave them alone. I then go to this, like, police induction where, like, everyone gets accepted because participation award, I guess. And, it's not really worth putting in here because it's a waste of time, and literally it did nothing to the story, bro. Now, walking into day 3 is Stained, my boss calls me over to this, like, hospital place where we got, like, him, in this white fancy ass clothes, this random girl who's like, well, it's not a girl, it's a dude that looks like a girl, but it's basically, you might as well be a girl, bro. You got this random guy with white hair and a suit, and we're all just hanging out, talking and everything, and just having a good time. We tell this hobo who's trying to ask for directions to go kick rocks and die, and then we go and just run towards this, like, gym place to work out and get gains. Me, being the intellectual genius as I am, figure out a new way to use the bench press, and I then use my sword and start swinging at a boxing bag, and my immense power teleports me through the wall, and I'm stuck on the other side, and then I unlock ultra autonomous ball stinked, and I teleport through the wall again, like the absolute fucking G I am. So you remember that homeless guy that we told to kick rocks and go kill himself? Well, he shows up again, asking for directions again, and my boss, who I didn't realize is a ghoul, pushes me to the side and tells me, hey, go check out those computers over there, while he goes and tries to maul this guy. And so, me and the girl are chilling, and we're watching our boss maul this guy, basically. And then the absolute biggest stim fest of all time happens.
Cheers, Lord, rolling on
I didn't follow them, but 3 CCG pull up in this secluded ass alleyway suddenly. I don't know, maybe, I don't know how, but they pull up and just absolutely fucking maul my boss. Eventually, we realize, hey, our boss has been missing for a good bit, and so we go around looking for him and eventually walk upon this, like, bird guy who we asked, hey, could you use your bird to find our boss? And we give him a quick little description, and I offer 5 whole cookies to find my boss. And this bird's like, hell yeah, bro, if I see him, I'll let you know, And I'm like, fuck yeah, bro. I put the pieces together and realized, hey, maybe my boss is in CCG headquarters, and I'm able to go all the way up to the laboratory, and nobody really stops me, and I turn around because it's blocked off. And so I walk up to this one, like, reporter CCG member, and I ask him, hey, you know, like, I'm trying to make a missing persons report, and I tell him all the information and everything. And then that tweaker from before, the guy who, you know, like, broke my nose 2 times, walks up and just starts starting shit, bro. Me being the absolute D1 rage baiter I am, and being like, oh, personally, I'm not taking that. And then they start fist fighting. I made 2 CCG members fist fight each other, bro. They're scrapping in the middle of the CCG headquarters. Until the tweaker, who I did not know had hands like that, knocks him out and lays him on the ground and be like, respect your superiors, buddy. And the dude who got knocked down is like, you're getting striked? Fuck you, man. I'm getting you warned. He's a very petty loser. And as Vipex walks away, the tweaker guy, as he walks away, you know, I'm just noticing this guy's knocked out on the ground right next to me, and there's no one protecting him. And he has this little thing. There's just an item laying on the ground next to him. I hypothetically, maybe I picked up something off the ground. I can't show it because, you know, I don't want to leak myself, but maybe hypothetically I just picked up something off his body, you know, maybe. And then, bam, suddenly my boss escapes the CCG headquarters and randomly, I don't know how, pops up in this mask shop where we meet up and we're like all best buddies again. And now me, not wanting to be a civilian grunt for the rest of my life, decides, you know what, I'm gonna join the CCG. And so I joined this tryout where literally only 3 people show up. Me, this homeless guy, and this other homeless guy. And we're all just sitting there for like a long ass time waiting for people to come, and no one really pulls up. And they have this guy, this CCG member, is trying to act all tough and shit. And bro, we're just laughing our ass off the entire time. Shivers in his timbers. And so, you know, I get kind of bored because this guy is yapping, and I do the only, like, viable option, the only smart thing to do in a very stressful situation where it's, like, life or death, you know, and this test and everything. And so after paying very much attention to the information part of the test, they decide, you know what, we're going to get this guy with a power fist that can break all the bones in your body in one punch to chase you around for 200 seconds, and if you survive, you can join the Aegis squad. And now, obviously, I did not survive this shit, because, bro, what do you expect me to do? That guy catches me once, it's over. Punches me, and just, like, every rib in my body just disintegrates into nothing. And so after failing this first test, the guy's like, alright. So these guys, obviously, cannot survive with one guy, like, chasing them. So let's just make 2 people chase after them. That's an amazing idea. I try to take a different approach and hide behind this little, like, bush. But this guy finds me immediately and just mauls me, and there you go. That's that. I lost. And so after this absolute dog shit test, the guy decides, you know what? I feel like you guys haven't proved anything. You haven't proved any physical capabilities. I'm just gonna, like, let you all pass. I'm like, alright, bet, I'm not complaining. I want to join the Aegis squad, because I believe what I had to do, that shit was unfair. I believe I should have a chance to get in the Aegis squad. And so after talking shit with the main top dog for like a solid, like, 5 minutes, he's finally like, alright, bro, how about you scrap with my boy over here, and we'll see. If you do good, you know, we'll let you in the Aegis squad. And so, you know, I'm scrapping with this guy, the leader of the Aegis squad or whatever, and bro, this guy is strong as fuck. He's tanky, and it's like I'm fighting Senator Armstrong, bro. I don't know what they want me to do, and I do good. I lay some hands on him, but he doesn't go down. And so after the fight, Vipex gets the option to let me in, and he chooses to let me in, and he gives me this Irwin-level speech afterwards.
Commander Irvin! I said advance, goddammit! There it's right in front of you! Do not falter! The courageous fallen, the anguished fallen. Their lives have meaning because we, the living, refuse to forget them. My soldiers do not buckle or yield when faced with the cruelty of this world. My soldiers push forward. My soldiers scream out. My soldiers rage.
And so he gives me my gear, and I'm looking fucking spiffy. I'm looking tough. And they get us in a line, and this guy yaps for, I think, around 10 minutes, just saying, you're the power of The CCG, are you ready to die on the front lines? Bullshit. And yeah, and that's it. Anyways, this is the end of the video. This is the end of the line. I appreciate all of you for watching. I highly suggest joining Stained. It's a very good game. I enjoy it, you know. And my story's just begun. I finally joined the CCG, and I finally get like a chance to actually do shit now. So, anyways, there's gonna be a link to the game in the bio if you want to play it with me, you know. And also, there's gonna be a link to my Discord in the bio that you should join. Like and subscribe. You know, I always appreciate that. And I hope you all have an amazing day. I'll see you later.